special plays, special players.
It takes two to break a heart in two. Ooh, baby, you blame me, and baby, I blame you. Ooh.
Now he's thinking about me when I was in the sweet like this so. Sinking sweetly, I know that's that me is the soul. Move it down, bright hopes, gentle like Nintendo. Sinking sweetly, I know that's that me is
I
the
had
soul.
some help. It ain't like I can make this kind of mess all by myself. Don't act like you ain't helped me pull that bottle off the shelf. Been deep in every weekend, if you couldn't tell. They say teamwork makes it.
Hey, yo, where'd you get that cheese, Danny?
When I had you to myself, I didn't want you around. Those pretty faces always made you stand out in a crowd. But someone picked you from the bunch. One glance was all it took. Now it's much too late for me to take a second look.
Hey, yo, Holly Berry or Hallelujah. Pick your poison, tell me what you do. Everybody gon' respect the shoe, but the one in front of the gun lives forever.
Oh, baby, give me one more chance. Won't you please let me back in your heart? Oh, darling, I was glad to let you go. But now since I see
Bitch, you make they call me Superman. Leap tall hoes in a single bound. I'm single now, got no ring on his finger now. I never let another chick bring me down in a relationship. Save it, bitch, babysit. You make me sick. Superman ain't saving shit. Girl, you can jump on Shady's dick, straight from the hip, cut to the chase. I tell a motherfucking slut to her face. Play no games, say no names. Ever since I broke up with what's her face, I'm a different man. Kiss my ass, kiss my lips, bitch, why ass? Kiss my dick, get my cash. I'd rather have you whip my ass.
you say that I'm messing with your head. All 'cause I was making out with your friend. You're on your knees,
17:38. I'm like, hey, what's up, hello? Since your pretty ass soon as you came in the door. I just wanna chill, got a sack for us to roll. Married to the money, introduced her to my stove. Showed her how to whip and now she remix it for love.
Slang when you notice the stripes, the dirt in your fries. Hope it's right when you die. Old and bony.
And like it hard with my baby. I just left the mall, I'm getting fly with my baby, yeah. And like it hard with my baby. I'll be in the kitchen cooking pies with my baby, yeah.
Jumping off the porch like mom's not home. Tell me why the best things feel so wrong. Summer nights, love them how they take so long. Run with the feeling of being alive while we're still young.
Ain't it fun? Living in the real world. Ain't it good? But yeah, all alone.
Don't I wanna be the one that I call baby? Concussion, big boys and bars. Shoot, I'm not a shot to stop the feeling. Yeah, I'm saying just the way you are. Make up your excuse for stupid reasons. Yeah, to stop the world, just to stop the feeling.
Who wants to go to the Four Seasons Orlando?
Alors on danse. Alors on danse. Alors on danse. Alors on danse. Alors on danse.
Don't get me started, love. I've had too much drink. Had too much time to think. So leave me alone.
One kiss is all it takes. Fall in love with me. Possibilities, I look like all you need. One kiss is all it takes. Fall in love with me. Possibilities, I look like all you need.
To all the bitch assholes that hate me the most, oh yeah, I hate you too. To all the bum ass bugs that just wanna talk shit, I hate you too. To all the high ass that's too hot too fast, oh yeah, I hate you too. Hey, doses and mimosas, champagne, gang,
Shake that ass for Drake. Now shake that ass for me. Bend that ass over. Let that coochie breathe. Shake that ass, bitch. Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. Shake that ass for Drake. Now shake that ass for me. Bend that ass over. Let that coochie breathe. Shake that ass, bitch. Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. Shake that ass for Drake. Now shake that ass for me.
I don't mind spending every day out on your corner in the pouring rain. Look for the girl with the broken smile. Ask her if she wants to stay a while.
I don't care if Monday's black, Tuesday, Wednesday, hard to tell. Thursday, never looking back. It's Friday, I'm in love.
Then she will be loved. Then she will be loved. And she will
future? No.
Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Possibly.
Gucci down to the socks like I'm Iggy Popper. Keep your girl head in my Tommy boxes. But when it out, she a silly hoe. Cause she know the freaking style getting pretty dope. She don't get nothing from my nigga though. All she get is hard dick and some Cheerios.
How you gonna do it if you really don't wanna dance? By standing on the wall. Get your back up on the wall. Tell me, how you gonna do it if you really don't wanna dance? By standing on the wall. Get your back up on the wall. Get down on it, come on and get down on it. You really want it, get down on it. You gotta feel it.
We gon' fuck up the night. Black lights, spaceship smiles. Unapologetic, gon' fuck up the night. Fuck up the night. We can fuck up the night. We gon' fuck up the night.
It's always darkest before the dawn. Shake it up, shake it up, shake it up, shake it up. Oh, oh. Shake it up, shake it up, shake it up, shake it up. Oh, oh. And it's time to dance with the devil on your back. So shake him up.
We'll give it a shot. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. Take my hand, we'll make it, I swear. Oh, living on a prayer. Oh, living on a prayer.
Like a man dick?
Yeah, like a man dick.
Come here, rude boy, boy, can you get up? Come here, rude boy, boy, you should big enough. Take it, baby, baby, take it, love it. Come here, rude boy, boy, can you get up? Come here, rude boy, boy, you should big enough. Take it, baby, baby, take it, love it. Tonight I'ma let you be a captain. Tonight I'ma let you be a thing, yeah. Tonight I'ma let you be a rider. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, baby. Tonight I'ma let it be fire. Tonight I'ma let you take me higher. Tonight, baby, we can get it on, yeah. We can get it on, yeah.
All the small things, true care, truth brings. I'll take one lift, you're right, best trip. Always, I know you'll be at my show, watching, waiting, commiserating. Say it ain't so, I will not go. Turn the lights off, carry me home. Keep your head still, I'll be your thrill. The night will go on, my little
Say
way.
my name, darling, I hope that you'll be here when I need you the most. So don't let me down.
Barbara Jackson. Ooh, I am for real. Never meant to make your daughter cry. I apologize, truly cry.
Just come outside for the night. Yeah. Take your time, get your life.
There's nothing that if I tell everyone how I made this money, that it's going to affect me in any sort of way.
AMD, if we get a quick little pop above $12, I'm thinking about maybe a quick little short over on AMD. Finger on the trigger to lock in profits when it starts moving back on up. Here we go. Nice job. Let's take it. $979 in profit. Look at this spike, baby. Taking some gains right off the top right here. 124,000.
You just gotta know what you're doing.
200.
Every single person can be successful.
Dollars in profit.
There's no reason for you not to become a full-time day
Now
trader.
we're currently up $2,100. Let's just keep it going even more. I want every single person. Now we're up $2,500. Now we're going up to $117.40.
It's not like it's a competition. It's if I tell you how I was able to do this, go out, make that money, make a killing, and let's all absolutely crush it together.
Let's go, baby! Let's see this thing keep unfolding even farther here. We're up $1,100 within the first 5 minutes of the day. I'm feeling absolutely fantastic.
From Amsterdam.
369 girls wanna drink wine. Tell the man not to waste your time. If the man broke, the man he a joke. So you gotta get loose with the Henny and the Coke. 3, 2, 1 girls wanna have fun. If the man don't dance, he's done. So they move on, get the man gone. Now can I get a Coke with my rum?
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ourselves prepared. Let's get ourselves ready to go. Let's get ourselves ready for this day. We have a huge day ahead. A huge opportunity to profit. A huge opportunity to make some gains. We are only 11 days away from the small account challenge. 11. Traders, we are coming into the final countdown. We are coming into the final stretch. We want to be able to finish off this week with some gains, finish off this week with some profits, go in with confidence, go in with profit trades, and be able to say, hey, let's absolutely crush it. Guys, I am pumped. I am excited. Yesterday, there was an amazing alert, an amazing opportunity to make some money. Some of you guys took it, some of you guys didn't. I want every single person here banking today. That's always the goal. That's always the goal, guys. For every single person to be able to make money. So let's make it right here, right now. Okay, let's do this together. Every single person, let's be realistic. Every single person has to make $250 before they exit out the live stream. Can we make that happen? Can every single person say, okay, $250 before we can exit out the live stream? Now, sure, sky's the limit. Run that thing on up to 500. Run that on up to 1,000. Run that up to 2,000. But sky's the limits here, guys. Let's get ourselves all the way up as high we possibly can. $250 minimum. And let's make sure we come out on top. If you guys are ready for that, if you guys are good with that, let me see you over in the chat room. Hit that thumbs on up. Woo! Because we got to break it on down. We got to be prepared. We got to be ready to rock and roll. We got a big opportunity, a big day. Let's make this money right here, traders. So, guys, game time. Get it all going. Let's turn off the music and let's just get ourselves ready to rock here. All right. So, as of now, penny stock wise, last 2 days have been a little bit slow in the penny stock world, hasn't it? Last 2 days have been a little bit, we haven't seen as much. TOVX today, having a little bit of hype. HKD today, a little bit of hype. And then we do have a very small play, which is EALB today, which again, definitely has some sort of potential. If you guys take a look right here, over on the stocks that have the best news today, the stocks that have the best opportunity, the stocks that have the best chance of profits. What do we have? We have ELAB with a 3-star press release. The press release that came on out stated that they have 2 new filings for treatment. So ELAB, this is not a bad press release in any sort of way, right? This is a press release that says we have filings. We are again working on this new treatment. And this is a stock that is trying to climb itself on up. TOVX is another stock that does have a good press release. It does have positive outcome and data safety monitoring. So that's absolutely great to see. So right here, traders, it is nice to know that we do have two stocks that does have two hot press releases, which mean they are very credible. So we take a look over on ELAB. This one could definitely move on up. We take a look over on TOVX, positive outcome. This one could definitely move up as well. Let's take a look at both these plays and let's try to figure out which one do we like a little bit better, which stock is going to have a little bit more potential. I actually have to refresh trade ideas here for a moment. Sometimes, again, trade ideas just kind of acts up a little bit. So let me just refresh this here. But there's a lot of stocks we're going to go over today. We're going to be going over penny stocks today. We're going to be going over Nvidia today. We're going to be going over the S&P 500 today. We are going to make sure no matter what your trading strategy is, no matter where you like to get involved, no matter if you like to do options or shorts or buys or longs or swings or whatever, we have you covered. That's my job. My job is literally to make sure that no matter where you want to trade, no matter where you want to get involved, no matter how you want to be able to profit in this market, we got you covered. So traders, let's start off here with the number one top gainer of the morning. The number one top gainer is ELAB. So if we break down ELAB right here, we could see that this stock has gone from 8 cents to 15 cents. So let's go over to the news alerts tab and let's read what they have over on ELAB. So ELAB is under 20 cents, but it is up over 60%. So we already know we do have this news. We already do know that we have this filing. And really what it comes on down to, it's very simple here. It says ELAB is a very small cap play, but it's up over 60% at this time. No matter the size, our job is to make sure that you are aware of every stock that has potential to spike today. These smaller cap plays are known to be higher risk as they tend to have more unpredictable moves in a more unpredictable fashion. So guys, what you guys really need to understand, and if you are a new trader, this might be something new to you, is that when you are trading stocks that are only 10 cents, 11 cents, 15 cents, they're a little unpredictable. Now, why is that? Because it gets thrown around in every single direction. Right, guys? Let's imagine this. Imagine if you threw, let's say, a feather in the air. You ever do that before? You ever throw like a feather in the air or a balloon in the air or whatever, and it just kind of goes wherever the heck it wants? And why is that? Well, because you get a little bit of wind, right? A little bit of an AC kicking on a fan. It'll just make it go that way. It makes it go this way. It just has, it's so light. It's so little. It just gets thrown around in every single direction. And that's kind of what's going on with ELAB here. ELAB does have good news. ELAB does have good credibility. ELAB does have a reason to be up over 60% today. But it's just so little, it just gets thrown around in any direction that people are buying big orders or selling big orders. So it is a play that, of course, every single person needs to be aware of. It's the number one top gainer of today. ELAB is up over 60%. And while it has room to run up to 15 and 20 cents, and while this play again does have attention towards it, it's going to be very difficult to actually trade with confidence. And the reason why we say that is just because a couple orders can completely change the chart pattern, completely change the setup. Okay? So we like it. We don't love it. The 13 EMA is at 15 cents, which is trying to hold, aka this green line right here. This green line is what's holding up as support. And if it can hold this line, hey, potentially we could spike all the way up to 28 cents. I have seen stocks that go from 15 cents all the way up to $5. I've seen it before. It's very rare, but the thing is, imagine if you just load up on a stock that's this little, this low, because every single person can afford a 15-cent stock. Guys, I'm sorry. If you can't afford a 15-cent stock, this probably isn't the live stream for you. Trading's probably not for you. Not to be rude or disrespectful, but literally all you need is 15 cents to go ahead and be able to buy a share. I don't even know how you have a computer at this time if you can't afford 15 cents. So the thing is, ELAB, every single person can get involved in this play if they want to. All right, every single person can get involved on this play if they want to. It's just a little bit risky. 13 EMA support has room to run up to the 50-day moving average. Let's go over to TOVX here, traders, because TOVX, this is a play that definitely has opportunity to be able to break on out. So it says TOVX, this is one of the only spikers of this morning. TOVX is one of the only spikers on this Thursday morning. News was released at 8 a.m. and it is currently seeing a 33% gap up. So what we are excited about is the low float and the lack of options now. Think about it, okay? Let's just think about this, guys. TOVX is one of the only stocks that is actually spiking this morning in the smaller cap world. Sure, we have ELAB, which is underneath 15 cents, but I'm talking about like a normal small cap, something between, $1 all the way up to $10, something that, a lot more people usually trade. This is the only option. So if we only have one option, guys, let's think about it like this. Imagine if you guys were a little kid, okay? And you walk downstairs and you say, hey, mom, what's for dinner? And she says, oh, we're having noodles. And you say, I hate noodles. What else do we have? And they say, well, that's all we have. We have noodles. Guess what you're eating for dinner? You're having noodles. But imagine if you walk downstairs, you said, hey, mom, what do we have for dinner? She said, oh, I made a turkey. I made some noodles. I made a chicken parm. I made a lasagna. And again, we ordered some pizza. It's like, all right, awesome. I could pick whatever I want. So right now, the thing is, if you are a penny stock trader, if you are a person that is saying, hey, Dek, I'm a day trader, I want to get involved in the market here, guess what? The majority of people are forced to basically have TOVX today. You're forced to say, all right, this is the play that I'm going to get myself involved in. And the reason why is there's just not many other big plays out there, right? We have ZXZZT, which is not a real stock. You can see it's a test stock. We go over that every day, but I just want to make sure you guys can see it. EGOW is a warrant. It's not even on a stock. If you ever have a 5-letter ticker, EVGOW, the W, the 5th letter is a warrant. So again, the W is a warrant. You don't trade those. So really the number one top gainer, other than what we had, other than ELAB, which is just so tiny, the number one top gainer really is TOVX. It's up 46%, which really isn't that big. But again, it's one of the only options we have. So guess what? The majority of people say, I don't even know if I like TOVX that much. But the thing is, it's the only option and traders are going to be forced to eat it. So that's what we have with TOVX right here. So what we're excited about, it's a low float stock. The stock is underneath 1 million in float, and it's one of the only options. Think about it. TOVX has a float under 1 million, which essentially means it could spike and crash very hard, very quickly. This is what we like to see in small cap plays. Momentum or movement equals potential profit. Also, there's not many other options at this time. The stock may be able to steal the hype, as this is one of the only press releases today. So it does have credible news. It's under 1 million in float, $2 strong resistance, $1.50 support, one of the only hot stocks today. So I wanted to kind of cover these quickly. TOVX and ELAB as, again, your top options on the day if you are interested in more of the smaller cap world. But guys, how about we move on past the smaller cap world for a little bit? What do you guys think? Should we again go look at some other plays, some other possible options? So I think we have to take a look at the S&P 500. And again, guys, I'm getting this all from the news alerts tab over on Fox Runner. So we'll have everything that we need right here to just get ourselves, prepared and get ourselves ready to rock and roll. All right, so what do we have first off? First off, guys, I want to talk about Nvidia. This is right here very important. When we take a look over on Nvidia, NVDA, it's like, wow, Nvidia traders is setting itself up in a big move coming up here. Let's go ahead and break this on down. It says NVDA squeeze preparation. Not right now, but the preparation to squeeze. It says, do not miss the squeeze when it happens. We alerted this chart setup yesterday. And while this squeeze will not happen today, we just want you to be fully aware of what is going to be coming up in the future. So it says, let's break this down in the simplest terms. It says Nvidia is the number one top gaining blue chip stock over the last 24 months with over a 300% gain. We all know that Nvidia has been the number one stock, the number one play. Everyone's been looking at Nvidia. Nvidia has formed a cult-like following, as we know. People love Nvidia, as many investors believe artificial intelligence is here to stay. This will be the new tech to change the world, and this is only the start of what Nvidia is going to do. There's a lot of people that believe that. Next on up, Nvidia has been in a consolidation wedge for about the past 3 months with no significant spikes or drops. So if you guys want to take a look right here, for the past 3 months, we kind of have been moving sideways. Sure, we've had a little drop and a little spike and a little drop and a little spike, but it's been ultimately moving sideways the last 3 months. Number 4, this consolidation wedge is getting tighter and tighter each day, leading to the volume within the channel to slowly get squeezed. So as you guys can see, not only are we consolidating inside this channel, but we are getting tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter inside this corner. And in this corner is where we are starting to get that breakout. In this corner is where we're starting to get that move. In this corner is where we're getting that next leg on up. So this consolidation wedge is getting tighter and tighter each day, leading to volume within the channel to slowly get squeezed. So we will be watching that. Once we see Nvidia break this wedge, expect to see massive moves to whichever side breaks, either the long or the short side. So basically what we have here is we have higher lows, we have lower highs, we have the wedge getting tighter and tighter and tighter, and we're looking for a squeeze. Does this make sense, guys? Nvidia right now is setting itself up in an absolutely awesome chart setup. We can go down here if you guys need a little bit more help. I don't want to take all the time reading this, but it says what is a wedge pattern, and they basically go over how a wedge works. A rising wedge, a falling wedge, converging trend lines, declining volume, breakout, right? And we could see what we're looking for is basically these wedges and the next leg on up, or again a wedge and the next leg on down. So the thing is, traders, it all comes down to these wedges, these wedge setups, these wedge ideas that are going to lead towards that next big break or that next big move. And right now we have, again, Nvidia in a perfect wedge pattern, but it's not going to happen today. It's going to happen again, maybe next week or maybe 2 weeks or maybe even 3 weeks. It depends on how long it takes to get to the corner of this wedge for us to get that squeeze and breakout. But what you guys can realize is that you do have top resistance at 125. 125 is the top of this purple line. Now, traders, every time we have hit this purple line, we hit it, we fell, we hit it, we fell, we hit it, we fell, we hit it. If we come up to 125 today, that could be a great area where we hit it and we get rejected back on down. If you again realize, all right, Dek, what if we start falling today? If we start falling at this time, you can see every time we hit this blue line, we bounce back on up. We hit this, we bounce back up. We hit this, we bounce back on up. We hit this, we bounce back on up. So this is a great way for you to be able to trade. This is a great way for you guys to be able to profit by taking a look over on these and be able to see what we have. Guys, you guys enjoying this? Hey, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up. If you guys haven't, I want to make sure, again, you guys are fired up, excited, and ready to rock and roll over on this day. So with Nvidia being there, let's go ahead and talk about everything we need to know with the S&P 500 today. It says the S&P 500 has found its bottom support. Has it? Well, we'll see. It says the three major averages closed just above the flat line on Wednesday as growing tensions in the Middle East weighed on stocks. The S&P 500 rose just above 0.01%, while the NASDAQ composite added 0.8%. West Texas immediate crude oil prices continue to rise following Iran's firing of ballistic missiles on Israel. Energy stocks outperformed, meanwhile, and represented the only S&P 500 sector that was up more than 1%. We do have, again, Friday's data, which is highly anticipated, which is going to be showing private payroll growth in September. So traders, I will let you guys know, a lot of people are, again, expecting a big press release tomorrow. So it says Wall Street is also looking ahead to new labor market data. With the release of the weekly initial jobless claims on Thursday, the main event for traders and for the Federal Reserve embarking on the cycle is September's payrolls report due on Friday morning. So little heads on up, guys. Tomorrow morning at the time of 8:30 a.m., we will be seeing again this data. So 8:30 a.m. if you guys are on the West Coast, if you guys are in California, that is going to be at 5:30 a.m. Expect to see a strong move on the S&P 500 at 5:30 a.m. if you're on the West Coast, or 8:30 tomorrow if you guys are on the East Coast. If you guys are on the Mountain Time, then it's going to be at 6:30 a.m. If you guys are in Central Time, then it's going to be at 7:30 a.m. Dek, what if I'm in France? And what if I'm in France? What if I'm in Italia? What if I'm in Germany? Well, what if I'm in Deutschland? What time would it be? Again, I'm sorry, I don't know every single international time zone by heart. I'm sticking with America. So the thing is, traders, East, Central, Mountain, wherever the heck you are, you guys, again, tomorrow will be a big day, especially figuring out what's going to be happening here next. So let's get ourselves all set. Let's get ourselves ready to rock and roll. Let's see what we have here today. We got Abu saying, "What's up, Dek? Greetings from Patterson, New Jersey." Patterson, New Jersey. Beautiful area. Beautiful area. Love it there. No, I do. Hey, I've driven through there a few times. What's up, Abu? Shout out to you coming on in here. The best way to trade a wedge. Let's see what we have here. It says the SP charting says yesterday followed our charting lines perfectly as we saw a near perfect bounce right above 565 support. After the low of the day bounce, the S&P 500 made a $5 recovery, staying bullish throughout the entire day. This morning, though, we are seeing a slight gap down to 0.1% on a loss. This slight gap down is showing how strong the current downtrend of resistance is at 570. As of now, understand that the SPY is inside of a wedge, which will lead to a break or crack into tomorrow. So traders, what we have right here, it's very simple, right? Everyone take a look. It's almost the same exact thing when you guys take a look at Nvidia. Sure, I could be able to read these things and might confuse you, and I'm talking about indicators, and I'm talking about algorithms, and I'm talking about this and this and this and this. It doesn't have to be confusing, right? Let's just open up our eyes. Take a look at the visual. We could see we have a clear trend line. We buy at the blue line. We do puts at the purple line. Easy as that. Same exact thing with the S&P 500. The S&P 500 traders, it's as simple as this. We all realize that 565 is the perfect bounce play. This is what hurt me yesterday. I know if you guys were here yesterday, I said, hey, let's get involved at a 565 bounce play. Did anyone see what happened yesterday? It came down to 565.25, ran up to 570. It went on a $4.75 spike, 25 cents away from my entry. I was so disappointed yesterday. I was so upset yesterday. I was so FOMO emotional that I didn't get a $4 rip on the S&P 500. I could have been able to make tons and tons and tons of money. So that's, again, what kind of hurt my feelings yesterday. But still, we're back. We're ready to rock and roll. And let's figure out what's going to happen today. So what's going to happen today, guys? Well, we do have, again, 565, 565, 565, 565, and then, again, 565 was right here. But notice we do have a downtrend. The downtrend is 570, 570, 570, 570, or excuse me, not 570, but you can see how we do have downtrend, 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 downtrend. And what this arrow is pointing to is that today's resistance is 570. So the thing is, traders, we are going to have massive resistance around the price of 570. We are going to have massive support around the price of 565. So we want to see if this play is going to be able to squeeze, going to be able to pop, going to be able to run up towards this area, reverse at these areas. This is how we want to do it. Now, traders, I'm going to make your life so simple, so easy. You're going to say, this is unbelievable. We already have a game plan right here on the S&P 500, do we not? Here's the SPY. The SPY deck, you just told us that if it comes on down to the price of 565, there should be a nice dip buy. Absolutely. And you just told us that if it comes on up to the price of 570, there should be a nice reversal area. Absolutely. So deck, how can I be able to trade this? Well, all you have to do really is just say to yourself, okay, I can either run up to these areas or I could wait until these areas hit. So the S&P 500 is sitting right in the middle, right? We are going up, we're going down, we're going up, we're going down. How can we trade it? Well, traders, if we realize that this purple downtrend all the way to the right here is fading and falling, and we've hit it once, twice, three, four times. 4 times we have hit it and we reverse back down in the opposite direction. If we come on up to the price of 570, when we hit this area, there's great odds that we do reverse, that we do fall. Would you guys not agree with that? Because we have reversed 4 different times out here. So why don't we get involved in possible put contracts right around that 570 area? And then on top of that, we have a stop loss right here. So basically what we're saying is we have all this room that we could be able to fall, we could be able to make money on. This is going to be tons of cash, tons of money, and we only have this little amount to be able to lose. So if we wanted to break this down, we could be able to say, all right, how much are you risking? I'm risking $200. For me to win potentially $2,000, right? If we actually stick to our guns and realize that this only has a little bit of room to be able to pop on up before we say, hey, trend line's broke, time for me to get on out. That's great, right? And then we could be able to see this thing fade all the way on down. If we want to do another way, we could be able to say, hey, Deck, what if this play though, starts falling? Well, if it starts falling and we start dropping, we start getting weaker, guess what? What can we do? Well, we know again how many times have we bounced off this bottom area. We can do the same exact thing. We can enter right here. There's going to be all this opportunity to profit. But the thing is, we are only going to set a stop loss, so we can only lose this much. We might lose $200, but we could be able to profit $2,000. So the thing is, if we are putting the odds in our favor and we are minimizing our risk and we are maximizing our reward, that is when we are going to have the most opportunity to be able to come out on top. So you guys can clearly see here where we have 565 support, 570 resistance, and most likely I do think we are going to continue to pop ourselves on up. Other than that though, guys, again, making sure everyone's fully aware, the number one top gainer on the day is ELAB, less than 15 cents, not my favorite play. TOVX, not my favorite play either, but it's a little bit bigger and does have under 1 million in float. Stock has a better chance of spiking hard today. The S&P 500, 570 top resistance with 565 bottom support. We do have Nvidia, which is setting itself on up in a huge squeeze pattern. 125 resistance with 112 support. You guys can see all the wedge pattern examples. Today, we do have ISM services and factory orders coming out at 10 o'clock. And here behind me is all of yesterday's previous top gainers. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ourselves going on this day. What do I tell you? I make a promise to you every single day that no matter what, I'm going to tell you the best plays to be able to get involved in, the best plays for you to be able to trade, the best opportunities for you guys to be able to make money, and that's what it comes on down to. I want to prepare you day in and day out and make you the best possible trader I could possibly ever do. So let me just get these scanners on up right here, and we will be all set, ready to go here. So those scanners going on up right there. These scanners going on up right here. Now we're all set, getting ourselves involved, getting ourselves ready. S&P 500, watching to see what we got going on here today. I do think the S&P 500 is going to spike up to 570 today. I do think the S&P 500 is going to try to rip, run, pop, climb, get that action all the way on up. That is kind of where I'm at this moment. And I want to see, of course, you know, if we are going to get that activity. Big day ahead here, people. Big day ahead. Let's get ready to go. So let's see. We got TOVX. TOVX already starting to get a little bit of a drop. SPY right here, traders. We are watching. We are waiting. Now, the thing is, we're most likely not going to wait until it goes all the way down to 565, just because I don't think that's happening today. I really don't. I think we might fall on down towards 566 maybe, or 566.50, but I am leaning a lot more towards the bullish side today. I am leaning a lot more towards the bulls. I'm definitely leaning a lot more towards, you know, a spike on up. I'm definitely leaning towards a lot more action. The S&P 500, if you're saying, Dek, where's like a very nice area of support? A nice area of support would be somewhere right underneath the 567 mark. So I would say if we start falling underneath 567, I do think there would be an opportunity to be able to drop back on down, bounce right back on up. So the S&P 500, I am very eager to trade today. I'm excited to trade today. I'm looking forward to pulling the trigger here today. And again, I just don't want anyone to be confused on anything I do. I'm going to take a look right now. Okay, I'm going to take a look right now. I am looking at yesterday's spikes, yesterday's drops, yesterday activity. Let's go back into a 10-minute time frame. Now, I'm going to say not only yesterday, but prior, over on Tuesday, where did we get some dip buys? It seems like we dipped at the price of 566.50, 566.50, 566.50, 566.50, and even in pre-market today, we are right around 566.50. Am I taking crazy pills, seeing this price, this price, this price, and this price? No, I think that's very reasonable. I think that's a great area. So while overall 565 is the bottom, right? The bottom mark. If I'm looking for a quick morning dip buy, I'm going to be looking at these marks where I do think that we could be able to get a good opportunity to be able to pull the trigger and be able to make some money. So SPY, dip buy, dip buy, dip buy, dip buy, dip buy. We can even go back a little bit farther. Are we near this 565 mark? Nope, we're not near that area anymore, so it's no longer relevant. We are again looking at the past 3 days here. So can we drop on down towards 560.75 and below? 566.75 and below, that's where I'll start feeling confident to be able to pull the trigger, be able to make some money. Right now, well, Dek, what if it keeps moving on up? If it moves on up, that makes things a little bit more difficult for us because we will get above the VWAP. We'll be holding above the VWAP. And does that mean we want to start buying just with this momentum and hope that everything continues to move on up? Now, remember, traders, we have all the time in the world. Stock market just opened on up. You basically have an 8-hour window where you just have to find 2 minutes of predictability. How crazy is that to think about? You have an 8-hour window. All you got to do is find 2 minutes of predictability. Find 2 minutes that, again, you could be able to say, oh yeah, the market's going to go up or the market's going to go on down. 2 minutes, that's all you need. Guys, little heads on up, WHLR. I know a lot of you guys are watching this play yesterday. Remember WHLR from yesterday, one of the top gainers? Stock went from $6 all the way up to $17.80. So this stock, or $18. WHLR, $6 to $18. This morning in pre-market, spiked all the way up to $22. But right now we are in a little bit of a downtrend. So WHLR, this is a play. Keep it on your back burner. Previous top gainer definitely is the one that could go on a big rip and run once again. Now on Lightspeed, there were no shares available to short, so you can't even get caught up in any short squeeze at all. The only option is to go long. WHLR is a fan favorite today. So make sure that you guys are fully aware of it and fully on top of this play right here and right now. Got WHLR ready to go. WHLR obviously excited for this momentum. S&P 500. S&P 500 also trying to build itself on up. WHLR is definitely already, you know, kind of claiming as like the top spot as of now. It is a stock that's known to spike. It's known to give back a lot of gains in a very quick manner. It's a play that a lot of traders are going to be on top of here. TOVX, nope. WHLR, still a top play. TOVX isn't bad. Again, it's not my favorite. It does have news. It's not my favorite. WHLR definitely has a little bit more potential. What's Nvidia doing real quick? We talked about Nvidia's lines. How high can Nvidia go up to? Nvidia can go up towards, again, the price of 125. After, again, 125, Nvidia definitely should be able to have some sort of resistance. Now, again, we might go slightly above 125 or so. But if, again, you get a put contract over on Nvidia, I don't think it would be a bad idea to, you know, actually even hold that to see if this thing drops back on down. Now, let me tell you guys this. What would be the issue? What would be the problem? What would be, you know, the scary thing about jumping in, let's say, on Nvidia tonight and holding it into tomorrow? What would be the problem with that? Well, tomorrow, guys, we do have a massive jobs report. Jobs report is going to be coming on out. People are already getting a little fearful about unemployment. People are getting a little nervous about inflation with the rate cuts and what the economy is going to do. People are already getting a little nervous about the presidential elections and what's going to be happening next. So the thing is, there is some fear. Let's say, again, you jump in on some puts and that fear, again, continues to rise. That's great. Market falls. But all of a sudden, again, we come out with a good jobs report tomorrow. Guess what? Market spikes. It's a gamble to hold anything overnight tonight with such a big jobs report tomorrow. It's a gamble. We know we got all the time in the world right now, though, baby. We got all the time in the world right now. We are doing everything we need to do, making sure every single person is good, ready to rock and roll. SPY, a little bit of a fade back on down. SPY, a little bit of a fade, little bit of a drop right back on down to this lower area. Let's wake up, people. Let's get excited here, people. Let's get ready to go here today. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. It's going to be one of those days that every single person just gets absolutely jacked on up. SPY, watching to see where this stock is going to be moving towards. S&P 500, looking for this next one. Deck, do you sell your long-term PLTR? Yep. The only thing I don't like about, again, PLTR, the only thing that I have an issue with PLTR, and again, just a little heads on up, guys. I love PLTR. I've been in on PLTR since $30. So, again, I'm sitting on PLTR at an amazing area. PLTR, I alerted this play 2 months ago to you guys. Right? So I have an average of $30 with $10,000 investment. So I'm sitting absolutely pretty. The only thing I don't like is that the CEO of PLTR took 10% of his shares away. Like, he sold 10% of his shares. So the thing is, he still has, you know, another 90%, but he did sell 10%. Now the thing is, you know, whenever a CEO sells shares, it does make you a little nervous as to why. And it's like, oh, well, he's just taking, you know, he's just locking in a few $100 million. And it's like, I get that. I understand that. I like that. But at the same point, it's like, how confident are you in your company? Usually a lot of times, if you are super confident in your company, you're not going to be selling shares because you expect it to be able to go up higher. So the thing is, whenever we see insiders selling shares, whenever, again, we see someone saying, oh, I don't know if the, like it just kind of makes me take a little step back to make sure everything's good. But I'm still holding PLTR. I've been in on a Palantir for the last month in a row now. I'm sitting in right around $30 over on Palantir with a $10,000 investment. So I'm sitting absolutely fine on this play. Still, again, rising, still going. I plan on holding that one for a very long time. Deck, he just needed some money to buy a new yacht. That's all it is. Hey, that's all it is. The guy just needed a little bit of money to be able to buy a new yacht. Easy. Traders, I get it. Yachts are on sale right now. Hey, let's not be around the bush. I probably know that every single person here has at one point or another, you know, we remember buying our first yacht. And one of the biggest mistakes that I made when I first bought my first yacht was buying in the spring. All right, buying in the springtime and realizing again that's when prices are jacked on up. Then we have the crew, then we have the private chef, then we have then we have everything going on. We want to do it in the fall, but now we know that. So again, Palantir, CEO, he's just a little ahead of the game. Do you guys remember your first yacht? I know it was probably a little while ago, but it's fun to think about. It's fun to kind of reminisce on some memories a few years ago. Right now, Palantir, seeing where this one's going to be going towards next. Looking for this next move. We do have S&P 500 starting to drop. S&P 500 traders. I do think we're going to get a bounce play underneath 566.75. So, Deck, what does that mean for us? Well, let's go ahead and get ourselves prepared. Right? We could take a look over on SPX right here. We could do October 4th. We could do 5,690 as a great entry. We do call contracts. We do market orders. We could start with 1 or 2 contracts at a time and see again if this is going to be able to get weaker and for us to be able to make some money. So far on the day, the S&P 500 opened up at the price of 567.36. So for anyone who does not know, the S&P 500 opened up at the price of 567.36. Now, let me ask you guys, where are we right now? We're at the price of 567.45. So collectively, so far today, we have moved up a total of 8 cents. We moved up about 8 cents so far today. Deck, am I missing out on anything? Not at all. You're not missing out on anything. You missed out on an 8-cent move towards the upside, right? So it's like right now, it's absolutely okay. TOVX, Deck, what about the #1 top gainer on the day? TOVX has not done anything either. TOVX has been the #1 top gainer on the day. This stock has not even got any sort of action. What about ELAB? ELAB had a quick little spike on up. That was a stock that did have a press release that was extremely tiny. And ELAB is trying to stay alive above 15 cents. Again, not really my favorite type of play. The most active stock so far has been WHLR. WHLR, this is a play that's trying to hold up its gains. This is a play that's trying to hold up some momentum. It is a play that's trying to get the next leg on up. So again, WHLR, we want to see if this is going to be able to squeeze, spike, rip, run, be able to bring in all that attention here next. SMCI. Deck, any news today coming on out? Let's go ahead and check it on out. Economic calendar, this week's major U.S. economic reports and Fed speakers, anything that we have. 9:45 a.m. S&P 500 final U.S. service PMIs. 10 o'clock ISM services. 10 a.m. factory orders. So the thing is, we do have some news coming on out. I don't know how big this news is going to be. I don't know how large like this is going to make this news, go crazy. But the thing is, in 2 minutes from now, 2 minutes, we do have S&P final U.S. service PMI data Thursday, October 3rd at 9:45 a.m. So the thing is, traders, in 17 minutes, we have another round of news. In 2 minutes, we have, again, our first set of news. S&P 500 basically sitting exactly where it opened up at this time. I will look for an entry if we come back down towards around 566.50. Joe Runner, does same-day options trading count as a day trade in regards to the PDT? Yep. Again, as long as you are putting money in and out, that is going to be, again, a trade. That's going to be a round trip. So as long as you're putting money in, and if you're putting money out, I'm pretty sure that's considered a round trip. That's considered one trade. So I want to see what's going to be happening here in the next 2 minutes. I want to see what type of volume, hype, activity, all that good stuff. Where's that going to be going towards next? All right, traders, let's see what we get here in the next 1 minute. Next 1 minute, we might get some action. Be prepared in case we get a quick pullback. quick pullback back down to sub 566.75. I'm probably going to jump in on 1 or 2 contracts, see if I can make a quick $200, $300 off a bounce play. So I am going to be watching for about $1 drop here if, again, in the next 30 seconds we get some sort of fade. So that, guys, that's what it all comes on down to. Everyone do some quick research. Next 30 seconds we might be able to see a possible play. Next 30 seconds we might make $500 or so. We switch back over to about a 15-minute time frame. The blue line represents where support's at. Bounce, 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 bounce. We are going to be watching for news to come out for that quick drop. We need to be ready for it for that bounce play on up. 4 seconds away. Let's see if we can get it in 3, 2, 1. Let's see if we get a drop. If we do get a drop, let's take advantage of it. Bouncing off some bottoms at around the 566.60 mark. Here comes a little bit of a fade here. We're looking for a little bit more here. Let's see if we can fade on down, go sub 567, hit some new lows of the day, and then be able to bounce right back on up is going to be the target for us at this moment. We just came on down to 567.02. We did not get that extreme drop just yet, but we are again watching this very closely to see if we are going to be able to fade and be able to get our dip buy. We do have the VWAP resistance at the price of 567.60 at this moment, which definitely is holding up as our current resistance line. We have not seen any sort of strong spikes, dumps, moves, climbs. We are again still kind of sitting even with a slight little downtrend at this moment. Looking for a brand new low of the day and an entry down towards around 566.50. I was hoping for a little bit more movement, a little bit more volume, a little bit more hype here. So I just want to see what we get. Let's just see. Come on now. Let's see if this thing can keep getting weaker. Let's see if this thing can keep on fading. So I want to see some weakness. I want to see some fading. I want to see some dropping on down towards some lows. Be able to get that again, a bounce play. Looks like Nvidia is holding up the S&P 500. Well, again, Nvidia, if this thing goes all the way up towards, again, that 125 mark, that's where the reversal is going to happen. Remember, traders, we've talked about this earlier today. If you want to get involved in a Nvidia play, the Nvidia put next towards around 124.50, 125 would be the best area. Remember, let's just look at the chart setups. The chart setup shows 125 current resistance price. Top resistance fade, top resistance fade, top resistance fade, top resistance fade. Bounce play, bounce play, bounce play. 125 getting closer inside this wedge. Now, tomorrow we do have news. We need to be aware of that. But the S&P 500 or again Nvidia, you guys can follow trend lines and be able to find very consistent plays. Follow trend lines, be able to have very consistent plays. Top resistance, fade, top resistance, top resistance. This purple line holds up as top resistance. This purple line is going to be the line that a lot of traders say to themselves, all right, hey, let's see if we reverse down from here. So the S&P 500 right here, traders, also still hitting a little bit of a new low. Guys, SPY keeping this one on high watch and high alert. Watching to see if the SPY is going to be able to hold on up. SPY's getting a little bit of a dip buy and a little bit of a bounce right now. Nvidia still has room to run, as we talked about. Nvidia got up towards 123 so far. Small little upper shadow over on Nvidia at this time. I'm going to move my entry box out of the way. I have no problem doing a put contract over on Nvidia. Now remember, guys, sometimes I'll say I'm doing a put contract on Nvidia and all these Nvidia lovers are going to pop out of the woods and say, never go short on Nvidia, never. But the thing is, guys, as you can see, there are multiple red days on Nvidia. There are multiple days of fading and falling and dropping and reversing. All you want to realize, again, there are times that Nvidia goes up, there are times that Nvidia goes down. All we're trying to do is look at where is the reversal going to happen. If you want to be a successful stock trader, it's not about finding what's the number one play in the stock market. It's about what is going to be where is the top play is going to reverse at. Where can we find a top that is going to start turning back on down? Where can we find a bottom that is going to start bouncing its way back on up? We don't have to find the number one next big hype wave, the number one next big trade, the next next stock that is at $5 right now that turns into $1 million. Sure, that would be very nice. But the thing is, a lot of times all we have to do is say, hey, where is the opportunity for us to be able to make a profit? Well, let's look at the hottest plays of the day. The hottest plays of the day are the ones that are going to make us the most money. The hottest plays of the day are the ones that are going to be able to make us the most opportunity, the most gains. That's what we want to be looking for day in and day out, traders. Okay? So we got a huge morning here. Obviously, so fired on up. And if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know. Jay Sniggle says, Deck, I traded Nvidia just like this all summer. I've been able to make $67,000 over the summer. Shout out to you, Jay Sniggle. Great work, bud. Way to, again, be able to come out on top. A way to be able to make those gains, be able to make those profits. So that is absolutely tremendous. Tremendous work from you, bud. Traders, let's continue to keep our eyes peeled on. Next big press release is in 10 minutes. Guys, while we have you here over the next 10 minutes, I do want to just take a second and read this here. As you guys know, the small account challenge is only 11 days away. Yes, 11 more days. I know it says 12 because that was yesterday. So I wanted to take the time, answer every single question that a lot of you guys have been asking. Okay, I want to take this second right here and answer every question that you guys have been asking about the small account challenge so that there is no confusion whatsoever moving forward. Okay? So number one, what is the small account challenge? All right, this is what we want to be able to break on down here. What is the small account challenge? This is when I'll be dropping down to a $4,000 account and live streaming my trades, my alerts, my strategy, and to all that want to watch. I want to show you step by step every move that I'm going to be making on the market and as to why I'm going to be making it in the market. We need to remember here something. Guys, if you guys are again here to trade, and I don't want to cover up the entire screen here. If you guys are here to trade, if you guys are here to make money, if you guys are here because you want to be successful in the stock market, how much value do you gain from just watching someone or just following blindly? That's not how you're going to be successful. How to be successful is not only watching, but asking questions, getting answers, getting explanations, learning strategies, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work, seeing where I'm placing stop losses, where my entries are. Any person that just hides behind a screen the entire time and just basically says this, it just says, I just bought, I just sold, I just made again $10 million. Guys, I know it. The world, the internet is full of that. I'm going to take the small account and trade it in front of you in every single sense. Every P&L shown, broker's going to verify it, and you guys are going to see every single trade that I make. So that's why I do it. When is the small account challenge? October 14th. Where is it hosted? On tradecaster.com. Yes, guys, you got to be serious about this. If you want to be watching and participating in, again, the small account challenge, you are going to have to be part of tradecaster.com. That's what it's all about here, traders. Do I need a membership to Tradecaster? Yes, you do. So the thing is, traders, this is part of it. A lot of it is I want people that are going to show up, that people are going to be here, that people are going to say, yes, I am contributing. I am going to every single day be here part of the small account to be able to learn how to do this correctly. Team, to be part of Tradecaster costs literally $4. $4 a day. That is the same amount as you stopping and getting your cup of coffee, you stopping and getting your pre-workout energy drink, you stopping and walking and getting a bag of chips. But instead of, again, ruining your body, instead, again, you are gaining financial wealth. So the thing is, you are learning, you are getting education, you are getting knowledge. I just want people that are serious. I'm not here saying you got to pay $2,000 to watch me trade. No, I'm saying, again, $4 to be able to learn how to be able to trade. So I just want to see who's actually serious. What broker will you be using? I will be using Lightspeed. Will you 100% guarantee that this account will grow? Absolutely not. I cannot guarantee that, guys. That is a guarantee that I cannot make. Growing a small account is one of the most difficult things to do in the market. To take a small account and have limited options, limited trades, limited shares, limited opportunities to be able to pull the trigger underneath the PDT rule, it is an extremely difficult thing to do. I have done it 4 times out of 6 times. There are times that I have not completed this. I do have over a 50% win rate, but guess what, guys? It'd be the same exact thing if you told a quarterback, let's say again, you put a water bottle on a bench, let's say 50 yards away, and you said, hey, go ahead and knock off that water bottle. There's a great chance that an NFL quarterback could go ahead, throw that, and he could knock the water ball off the bench. But it's not an easy thing to do. Guess what? There is going to be times that he's missed. He's going to say, hey, give me that throw, and again, try to do it again. So the same exact thing that you must understand. I'm going down to a small account to prove to you that it's possible, to prove to you that you can do this, to prove to you that you can be able to make this money. And I want every single cent for this account to be able to turn to 100x. But the thing is, I can't guarantee it's going to turn into 100x. We got to see what the market does. We got to see what the trades are. We got to see what the market conditions are going to be doing. We got to make sure that we understand that there is risk involved. It's not an easy thing, but we will be able to do the best we can to make this happen. Will I be using a cash account or a margin account? I will be using a margin account. What is going to be my target? My target's going to be $30,000 from the $4,000 I'm starting with. How long will this take? I'm doing this for 60 days. 60 days, guys. Again, when I grow this account, I want to see how much money can I make in 60 days. And as you guys know, I'm giving the money away from you. So yes, if you are a TradeCaster member, I am giving this money to you. Whatever I make in this trading account, I am splitting it up, picking winners, doing a lottery, whatever, and I'm giving the money to you. I'm not keeping any of this money. I want to give it to people who are saying, Dek, I was here as much as I could. I, again, was able to practice. I learned a lot. I just don't have a lot of funds. I'm struggling at work. I want to give you money. So whatever money I make from the small account challenge and this trading account, traders, I'm giving to you. Okay? So, will I learn how to trade? 100%. I will show you step by step everything I'm doing it all live, helping you out, making sure that you are becoming a better trader, better investor, and again, absolutely crushing it. So traders, make sure you guys are all set. I'll retweet this right now so you guys can go ahead and check that on out so you guys are all good. But guys, everything is set. Everything is set in stone. We are ready to rock and roll, and we are getting ourselves absolutely jacked on up on this day on the small account. It will be over on TradeCaster. We will be having some discounts coming on up for every single person. Obviously, I want to help out any way I possibly can. But at the same time, traders, get excited, get pumped, and let's get ready to rock and roll. It is going to be just absolutely insane. Absolutely insane stuff. Who here's pumped? Who here's pumped to get this small account challenge going, baby? Let's do it. Let's take her on. Let's take her on. She's a beast, but we're going to do it. SPY bouncing back on up a little bit above the VWAP. Nvidia right now, traders. It seems like right now it's a big Nvidia party. Nvidia up towards around 125. Nvidia trying to be able to get this hype. Nvidia trying to get this momentum towards the upside. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're doing it all together. Traders, what do I always tell you? We're a team here. We're a team here. We don't hide things. We show it all. We do it together. Guys, if you guys have a date, let me again give you my credit card. You guys say, hey, Dek, can I take the Rari out? Can I take the Lamborghini out? Sure, come to my house, knock on my door. I'll give you my car keys. Just make sure you bring it back with a full tank of gas. Hey, Dek, can I jump on the TradeCaster jet? I got to get to California, and then I got to get to New York for a couple meetings. Sure. That's the part about being part of the society over here on TradeCaster.com. People's lives change over here. Hey, Dek, I got to take the helicopter. I got to be a rooftop date coming on up. Sure, take the helicopter. Our pilot, Chaz, he'll again be able to drop you off wherever you need. Whatever rooftop, I got you covered. Okay? Bank accounts, they're transparent. Credit cards, transparent. You need my social security number. I got you. Make a passport. Travel the world. That's what, again, being a member here over on TradeCaster.com is literally all about. Let's do it. Gonna be a time to come alive. Nvidia's still growing. Guys, Nvidia's still growing right here. Trying to get if we can get up towards this purple line here. Resistance, 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 resistance. Small account's gonna be huge. A lot of people joining. A lot of people getting prepared. I was watching TMZ last night. And they were like, oh, TradeCaster starting up the small account challenge. There was, I think I was watching the debate between JD Vance and Tim Waltz, and they were talking about like they might have to take off like 3 weeks to 4 weeks of their presidential duties to go ahead and be part of the TradeCaster challenge. And I get it. There's a lot of things going on in the presidential election. It's kind of, but competing for airtime on ABC, CBS, CNN, Fox. Everyone wants to be part of the TradeCaster challenge. Right now, getting ourselves going here. Guys, take a look over on Nvidia. Nvidia is getting very close to this top. Now, the thing is, traders, the top is no guarantee, as in, okay, at the price of 124.60, we're going to reverse. It could start reversing any place probably above 124. 124, probably all the way up towards around 126, we could start reversing. Right now, Nvidia still, again, continuously keeping our eyes peeled on this. Watching for this next possible move and rip and run. Come on now, baby. See if Nvidia can be able to squeeze and keep on going. Traders, we got 1 minute here. Let's see what happens in the next 3 seconds. Here we go. Because we got 10 o'clock news. 10 o'clock news. SPY. SPY's getting a little crazy right at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, guys. We got some 10 o'clock news here. Market's going a little all over the place here. Traders, take a look right now. Here's that 10 o'clock news we discussed. Now, it seems like we still have opportunity in buying. It seems like right now I'm giving it to calls. Calls look like they're clearly in control. Calls look like they're winning. Nvidia looks like it wants to get up towards around that 125 mark. The S&P 500 is holding above 568 at this time. Big upper shadow, though, at this moment. I don't see anything predictable just yet. I don't see anything super predictable exactly at this moment. I don't see anything super predictable at this exact time at the second here. So we do have the S&P 500 still trying to squeeze. Nvidia right here. I would again give it to calls at this moment. Calls are obviously in full control. Now, Dek, how high can we go up to? Remember, traders, let's just go back to our morning watch list. We do know we have 125 on Nvidia. That's our target. As for the S&P 500, we have 570 strong resistance. So again, we do have top resistance, top resistance, top resistance, top resistance. 570 or right underneath 570 is most likely going to be the strong resistance because we're on a downtrend. So as time goes by, this resistance line is going to continuously fade. As time goes by, we are going to see consistent dropping, consistent fading. We are going to be seeing some weakness. So the thing is, we do want to continuously keep our eyes peeled for this top resistance area to hit 570 and start dropping on down even lower. So the S&P 500, Dek, do you think there's more opportunity to the upside? I think we could easily get up to like 569.70, 569.75 before we start reversing. So again, probably another $1, I think we start reversing. Another about $1.50, we start dropping back on down. Paxton, I have a phone call with them later on tonight, buddy. So I will let you know tomorrow, okay? I'll let you know tomorrow. I have a phone call with them later on tonight with everything going on. Little heads on up. I just want to be prepared. SPX, guys, look at this. Market's starting to squeeze a little bit. Let's go put size, put side. Okay, so right now, traders, what we have here is we just went over a few different things, didn't we? We just took a look over on the S&P 500. I just want to break this down one more time. The S&P 500, if we take a look right now, we know that we have been downtrending for the last 6 days. We had top resistance, top resistance, top resistance, top resistance. As of now, we are grinding our way back up towards this downtrend. As we hit this downtrend, we should reverse. Dek, where are you coming up with these numbers from? Well, we hit a reverse here, we hit a reverse here, we hit a reverse here, we hit and reversed here. Am I talking crazy when I said the last 4 times we have hit this downtrend, we reversed? So is there a great chance that we're going to hit this area and reverse back on down? Well, the odds would say yes. Now, at some point throughout life, some point throughout, again, the S&P 500, we're going to break this line. That will happen. That's natural movement. But if I'm seeing that we have 1, 2, 3, 4 times we have hit it, no matter what, I could still get some sort of scalp or day trade out of it. So this area of this downtrend is going to be right around this 569.50-ish area, most likely. We did just come on up towards 569.29 there for a second and starting to reverse back on down here slightly. I wouldn't have jumped in at 569.29 anyway. I definitely would have waited until at least like 569.50, but we can see kind of what's going on, right? Well, let's go back over towards that 60-minute time frame. 60-minute time frame. Let's kind of connect the similar dots. So I'm just trying to connect some similar dots here, trying to get something right along the lines that are going to be equal. See, I still think there was a little bit more room to run. You know, that 569.75 mark. You know, like kind of something more like up here, 569.90. Like I still think, you know, when I take a look over on the S&P 500 at this moment, right? We take a look over on this play. We can see there is still a little bit more room to run. There is still a little bit more opportunity. There is still a little bit of climbing here. There still is that chance to be able to squeeze itself on up. But it is nice to see that we just ran right up to 569 and then just got that strong reversal. So hopefully we keep going. I want to see this thing keep going. I want to see this thing keep spiking. I want to see this thing run up towards new highs. I don't feel comfortable looking for a put until all the way, again, back up towards around that 570 mark. So right now, traders, if we keep on going, you can clearly see what I'm looking at. Clearly see where I'm focusing on, clearly see where I'm at, clearly see my idea, clearly see again what my trading thought here. Right now, traders, the entry would be, Dek, what would be the exact entry? The exact entry would be somewhere closer to 570, even slightly above 570 to be as smart as possible. So you can see that purple line. Let's just stay in the 60-minute time frame right now because it just gives us that easy opportunity to see where that line is at. So I would still do SPX 5,715 probably, like an area that we're at right now, because I want to see it spike on up, hit that area, fall back on down. So I'd probably do 5,715 or 5,720, put contract, switch over to a market order, and click buy. Once again, the SPY gets closer towards that 569.90, 570, 570.10. That's what I'm looking for on today here. See this thing hit, reverse on down. It's all about being prepared. It's all about being ready. It's all about, again, you know, preparation leading towards confidence. Traders, I'll tell you right now, I've never done anything confidently without being prepared for it. It doesn't matter if that means it's a school project. That doesn't matter if you're going on a date. That doesn't matter if you're stock trading. That doesn't matter if you're going to start a business. It doesn't matter with anything. If you prepare, you are going to have a much better chance of success. So how can you prepare, let's say, for stocks? For stocks, guys, you prepare by, again, understanding where can it reverse at. Where's support? Where's resistance? Where's our bounce play? Where's whatever? You have an upcoming public speech. You learn as much as you can on that specific topic. That specific topic, you break it on down. You understand sub-points, main points. You be able to have a full outline. You get it all set, ready to go. Well, Dek, what if we're going on a date? Can you tell me how to prepare for a date? Well, again, I'll tell you how I used to prepare for a date. I would find a girl or, you know, whoever that, you know, I had a crush on. And again, I would go to their house at night and, you know, look through their windows. I would follow them in my car, kind of see which, you know, where they would go, like what stores they would go to. And again, you know, just seeing like what food they would eat when I would look through, just so I knew where to take them. I was being a nice guy. I was seeing what do they like to eat so I can take them to a restaurant they were like. Oh, where did they go? So I'd follow them in their car. So again, what stores did they like? So again, we had things to talk about, right? I would, you know, go and beat up their ex-boyfriends because I didn't want them in the picture anymore. That's just the type of person I just want to make sure I'm going the extra mile and letting the woman know that. So it's just, we all have our different strategies. We all have our different things. Want to make sure we're all good here. You guys might be saying right now, Dek, I don't think that's a good idea. Well, who's the one engaged? Huh? Dek, is that coming from the single guy right now? Oh, Dek, I don't think that's a good idea. Yeah, who's engaged? Who's not? Now, I will also say, she didn't really have a choice. But the thing is, who's getting married? Who's not? That's the real question, huh? Right now, SPY at this time. We're still waiting for this final pop, this final hurrah, this final move, this final chance. Sometimes I think about these jokes that I'm saying, guys. And I ever think about, like, maybe in 10 years, 15 years, all of a sudden I start running for president. And then, you know what's going to hop on in? A whole bunch of people are going to take these random clips that I'm saying right now completely out of context. I can't be president, guys. I just can't. I've said too many just absurd things on the stream throughout the years that there's too much negative ammo against me that a whole bunch of people would flip the script and be like, see? But hey, they just don't know, baby. They don't know. They don't deserve it. They don't know. But president is probably out. But vice president, we'll see. Right now, traders, S&P 500. Staying so dialed in right now. I am absolutely dialed in at this moment. I am absolutely set, ready to go. I don't think I could be any more dialed in. How dialed in are you guys? Completely dialed. S&P 500 looking for that final spike on up towards that purple line area. Guys, we are starting to squeeze on up here slightly. Squeeze on up. Let's keep on going. The closer we get to 570, the better. All right, guys, look at, we're getting very close to that purple line. Purple line is up towards around like 570.10. S&P 500. Now you could enter, slower trades. You could do like a one contract right now, slowly scale in. Dek, I'm going to do one contract right now. Okay, I'm going to do two contracts as we go up. I'm going to do three contracts because you guys can all clearly see where I'm trying to enter. Hit the purple line, fell. Hit the purple line, fell. We did break the purple line, then fell back underneath it. Came up to the purple line, fell, and right now we're getting pretty close once again to that purple line region. I'm actually going to change this entry to 5,715. I'm going to change that entry here slightly, 5,715. Now, I know some people are going to start entering right now at this moment. Again, purple line is at 570.10-ish. That's like kind of like the perfect entry it seems like we can get up to, that 570.10. So I'm still going to try to wait for that perfect area where I have nothing but high confidence. I would say there's nothing wrong right now with one contract though. One contract, no issues, no problems. Now on top of that, traders, you could also wait until we have an upper shadow, until we have that clear-cut reversal, until again we have a lower high. Is anyone going to do that? Instead of trying to time it perfectly, is anyone going to wait, say, hey Dek, I don't know when it's going to turn. We have an idea, but maybe I'll wait until we get a drop and then a lower high. Maybe I'm going to wait until we hit this area and then start fading back on down so I just have a smarter, a smarter move. That's absolutely fine too. I am not upset if anyone tries to average in right now at around 570.10, and I'm not upset either if again someone wants to wait for a spike and then build lower highs so you have a little bit more confidence. One is going to be more high risk and high reward. The other is going to be more safe and conservative, but again have a better chance of accuracy. So kind of comes on down to which way you're thinking. Kind of comes on down to which, what idea you have. Which way are you guys kind of leaning towards here? Ooh, SPY, a little bit of a pullback right now. Got up towards again the highs of 569.80 so far. 569.80 at this time. So SPY traders continuously keeping our eyes peeled on this for that reversal. I don't want it to drop yet. We want to see that 570 area before we start reversing back on down. We want to see that, nice little pop on up towards 570 plus. We also, again, are we missing anything? Dek, are we missing TOVX? TOVX is the #1 top gainer in the stock market. Have we missed any move over on TOVX? Yes or no? The answer is no. We have not missed anything on TOVX. Dek, what about like MLGO? MLGO has gone from 34 cents to 42 cents. Not really my cup of tea. Little side note, unfortunately, SPY, don't you do this again to me, SPY. Don't you do this again to me, SPY. Don't! Traders. The S&P 500 yesterday, guys, little sign up, woosah. Yesterday, I missed out on my entry. Traders, it was the same exact thing I said yesterday. Yesterday, I said, hey, everyone, get involved on the S&P 500 at the price of 565. That's what I told everyone. We were waiting till 565, which is right here. Guess where we came on down to? 565.25. We were waiting for a dip buy at the price of 565.25. I missed it by 20 cents. It spiked $5. Today, I said, hey, everyone, wait until we get up to the price of What the fuck? What is this? How am I missing these plays so perfectly? I'm missing this play by 20 cents again. I literally am calling these plays so perfectly. I literally am calling every single play perfectly. It's garbage. How am I not getting filled? I literally say 570 we will get filled on puts. 570 we're going to get filled on puts. It comes on up to 569.80. 20 cents prior of where we're going to start getting filled, and then it dumps another $2. That's a $5,000 profit. We could be done with our day right here and right now. It's like almost like I'm upset that I'm not getting in 20 cents prior of my entry, but I'm also again fired up on just how damn good I am at this. It's like we knew that when we came up to the purple line, we were going to get a sell-off. We knew when we came up to the purple line, we were going to get a drop. But you know, I'm just trying to be a little disciplined. I'm trying to be a little disciplined and say, okay, I'll wait until that purple line. But just like yesterday right here, guys. Ooh, let me wait until we come down to the blue line. When we come down to the blue line, I'll get an entry. 20 cents short, stock goes on a big time spike. Now again, I say, okay, when we come up to the purple line, let's get for a put contract. 20 cents short. It's garbage. I want to get filled. I should be up like $5,000 over the last 2 days. I literally should be filled up like $5,000 over the last 2 days here. That's what I should be filled on. It's crazy. It's nonsense. Oh, come on now. Come on now. I want to be able to get some profits here. It's annoying. It's annoying. I want to win every single time. I'm just too perfect. Pissing me off. Right now, S&P 500 right now, traders. Ah, there's another one. There's another one. Claire! Claire! Go get me a water with a little lemonade with some vodka in it. Can you go get me a little water with some lemonade? With Mike's special stuff? Yeah, go. Go! All right, traders. I'm going to be watching this one here closely. We're going to be watching this one here closely here. Let's break this thing on down as we always do. Make sure every single person is on top of it, aware of what's going on here. Woosa, 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 woosa. Deck, where does it start coming back on down? Right here, this area it spikes on up, comes back up towards this upper shadow, 529, 569.26, hits that area. Watch for a little pullback. Should I get myself involved? 569.26 area. What's this? When it comes up to 5,715, 5,710, this thing could spike its way on up. We come back up towards this area. I might get another little put contract. When it comes back on up towards this, oh, it's coming on up really quickly. I want like 5,715. 5,715 on SPX is where I kind of want to pull the trigger here a little bit. Can I go up a little bit higher here? A little bit higher, get a pullback, see if this thing can start fading and falling back on down. What the heck even was that? Like, where did that red candle even come from? Like, where the heck did that even happen? Like, what was even going on there? Was there news? Was there something? Or does the market makers just know, again, when Sean Dekmar's about to get in, it's just, there's going to be a serious problem out there? I mean, I get it. You got to let the big dog eat. But right now, again, there's kibble. We got kibble in the mudroom. We're ready to go. I'm hungry. You got to let the big dog eat sometimes. They get nervous. They watch the stream. They get scared. They say, oh, Deck's about to get in. Tradecast is about to jump on in right here. We're nervous. Let's get out of our positions. I get it. I get it, guys. Oh, let's just take a second. I'm going to take a second to calm my nerves. I'm going to take a second to just relax here for a second. Claire! Claire! Where's that water? What do you mean? What do you mean we don't have water? What do you mean we don't have water? You're literally, we live in America. Go get me some water. Right now at this moment, S&P 500, still watching this move. Gonna give this a couple minutes here, just to be able to calm down here for a second. Get myself fired up, get myself back into it. Whew, let's do it. And you know what? You know what I'll say? Is everything I'm doing right now is getting me even more excited for the small account challenge. Everything that I'm doing right now, how again perfect these alerts are, is just growing my confidence right now. So I'll tell you right now, for any again market makers listening in over on the stream, for anyone from the New York Stock Exchange again changing again these plays, dropping them as again I'm predicting them just slightly early, bring it on. Bring it fucking on. You ain't stopping us. You ain't slowing us down. You might be a little speed bump on the highway to success. And we're driving 18-wheelers. Get ready to splat on our windshields like little flies, little gnats that you are just buzzing around. It's over. It's over. It's over. S&P 500 here, traders. Let's go. Let's get ourselves dialed. S&P 500 traders kind of coming right back on down to where it was. S&P 500 just coming right back on down where it was. Guys, SPY's starting to get weaker now. Guys, look at the SPY. Look at the sell-off. Look at the drop. Look at the nastiness. It's being nasty at this moment. Dek, where's the next dip buy? We're not going to go down to 565. We're not going down that low again. I don't think we're going to go down that low at this moment. I think, again, a more realistic area, let's go back to a larger time frame here, is right here. This area. 566.30 area. Okay? 566.25 area. I think that would be a good mark. Would you guys agree with me? Would you guys agree with me at this time that this would be a good area that we can get ourselves involved in? Bounce play right here. Bounce play right here. Bounce play right here. Main candles right here. Bounce play from pre-market low. 566.30 area. 566.10 area. That would be the area that we'd be looking for next. So anywhere between 566.30 to 566.10 would be the next area that we'd want to be looking at, that we'd want to be getting ourselves involved in if, again, we do start getting a little bit more of a drop. Now, traders, I'm here to teach you how to trade right. I'm here to teach you how to be able to get involved in the right place. I'm here to make sure, again, you guys are understanding the absolute correct way to be able to trade. That's what I want to do. Teach you guys the correct way to trade. Teach you guys again the correct way to chart. Teach you guys the correct way how to put support and resistance. See these monster sell-offs. See these monster dumps. I want to make sure that you guys are all good. And hey, if anyone disagrees with me saying, Dek, I don't think that's the support line. Hey, I am more than open to listen to what you're thinking. But I'm thinking, where has again support been the last 3 days? Well, this morning, the pre-market low was 566.25. And then yesterday, the pre-market low was 566.25. And then again on Tuesday, we had a low of the day at 566.25 and 566.25. I think again, if we come back down towards this region, it's going to be somewhere right here. Maybe it's going to be 566.40. Maybe it's going to be 566.10, but it's going to be surrounding right around that 566.25 mark. Traders right now, SPY trying to get a little bit of a bounce back on up. This is what we always want though. Remember traders, what do I always tell you guys? I always tell you guys every single day that one of the most important things that you guys always want to be looking for, one of the most important things that you guys always want to be doing is looking for volatility. I don't care, right? If the volatility, I don't care if the action is from buyers. I don't care if it's from sellers. I don't care what stock it is. I don't care what ticker we get involved in. I don't care if it's Nvidia. I don't care if it's Tesla. All I want to do is trade stocks that have movement. Movement equals activity. Activity equals profit. When stocks are going up and down, up and down, up and down, that's what's going to lead towards a lot of hype. That's what's going to lead towards a lot of action. That's going to lead towards, again, your opportunity to be able to get filled on these plays. Okay? So that's what it all comes on down to at this moment. And that's, what we always want to see. That's what we always want to be aware of. Okay? We want to make sure we're good. Thank you. Thank you, Claire. I appreciate it. Reese taking your money, walking away right now. Love it. Staying smart. Saying to yourself, hey, I don't want to put myself in any sort of bad position. How's Nvidia doing? Nvidia came on up. Guys, also take a look how perfect Nvidia is. Did anyone get involved in their Nvidia puts? Guys, Nvidia puts. Look how perfect this was. Shout out to Fox Runner here, guys, being perfect. What do we have here? 570 resistance. Watch for a reversal. Take a look right here. 125 current resistance. Watch for a reversal. Both have like similar chart setups as they have strong support, strong resistance, and they're just following their trends. Nvidia came up and hit this purple line. It got rejected right back on down. Right? The S&P 500 came on up, hit this purple line, got rejected back on down. So it's like, these answers right here, it's awesome. Nvidia hit this purple line, got rejected right back on down. The S&P 500 also came up towards this purple line, 60-minute time frame, and again, starting to get rejected right back on down. But we will be watching to see if this is going to be able to start getting weaker, start fading, start dropping here. Nope, my level 2 is from trade ideas, guys. Level 2 is from trade ideas. Trying to get our next trade in right here, right now. Trying to get our next possible play in. Obviously, we had a beautiful spike, beautiful dump. Now we're just kind of sitting right on back. We want to see this thing fall back down to 566.25, 566.10. We are going to pull the trigger. We're going to get ourselves involved over on these plays, and we're going to be all set, ready to go. All set, ready to go. Spy right now still watching. TOVX, we're not missing anything. How's that Bitcoin doing? Let's kind of do a little research at this moment, guys. Bitcoin, I'm going to guess 61,000. What are we at right here? 60,000. Okay, so again, Bitcoin slightly fading. I don't really hear anyone talk about cryptocurrency anymore. Maybe when it gets hotter, but I really haven't heard of much. S&P 500 is flat as it tries to shake off a rough October start. OpenAI gets $4 billion revolving credit line, giving it more than $10 billion in liquidity. Oil markets face a rude awakening if Iran's energy infrastructure is targeted. Starbucks invests in 2 innovation farms to help climate-proof its coffee. OpenAI is funding a $157 billion valuation. Okay. So we will see what we get here, traders. Nothing too crazy right now. OpenAI is not, you can't invest in OpenAI. Let's see, would OpenAI have any sort of OpenAI, let's say IPO date? Do they have like an IPO date? Yeah, so they're not even available. As of September, OpenAI has not announced an initial public offering. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman has said that the company has no plans to go public. It already has all the capital it needs, and again, OpenAI is concerned that listing a public stock exchange could limit its ability to develop AI. OpenAI is committed to developing artificial intelligence, so they don't have anything right there at this time. Remember the stocks that we have talked about multiple times. Oh, let's actually go over towards the S&P 500 as it's getting a little weaker. Stocks that we have talked about multiple times, though, have been like stocks like Rocket Lab, stocks like PLTR. Little sign up, guys, we are starting to get weaker here. Getting weaker, starting to see a drop here. 5,690 call contracts, market orders. Give me again 566.25 region down to 566.10. That's what I'm looking for at this moment. So at this time, traders, we've already seen that we had this monster drop. We already had this monster fade. We predicted this very top move. Right now, we're going to look for the next bottom move. The bottom move, we're just going back over to a 15-minute time frame, and we can see the blue line. Bounce play, bounce play, bounce play, bounce play, bounce play. That's all I'm trying to do. All I'm trying to do is chart correctly. We already figured out the top, was able to see that thing come crashing back on down absolutely BEA beautifully. Now again, we're looking at the bottom support. Bounced at 566.25, 566.25, 566.25, 566.25. We're looking for this blue line to be touched. Somewhere right around 566.25. If we can get that, that is going to be absolutely gorgeous. That is going to be absolutely perfect. And we'll be able to move right back on up towards around 568. But now, guys, as you guys can see, 566.47 at this moment has been the low. And if we bounce up to 568, I might throw my computer out the window today. I might. Because the thing is, all our areas are correct. It's just, it's bouncing 20 cents beforehand. And this is what happened yesterday as well. So the thing is, traders, this is where I'm at. This right here, what you guys have seen today, this right here, this is what develops bad habits. Now you might say, what develops bad habits? Me. When you guys look at me, what do you guys see? You guys see a cool, calm, collective stock trader. Kinda, not really. But the thing is, you guys see the fact that, you know what? I'm not going to change my strategy. In all a serious note, I'm not changing my strategy. In all seriousness, I see that I wanted to get filled at the price of 570. I didn't get filled at 570. I waited until it came up to 570. My worst case scenario in stock trading is what has happened already twice today. My worst case scenario in stock trading has happened twice, which is I want to get filled at 570 for a put contract, and it dumped $2, and I could have made about 5,000 bucks. My worst case scenario is happening right now. Hey, Dek, I want to get filled at 566.25. It came on down to 566.47. It's now spiked up $1.50. That should be another $3,000. I should have close to $5,000 to $6,000 today. But the S&P 500 has bounced both times, 20 cents away from my perfect entries. So now what does the average stock trader do? The average stock trader is now going to say, okay, well, let me change. Now let me do a 20 cent, maybe early entry. Maybe again, let me start averaging in 25, 50 cents earlier. And then what happens? Then the stock goes up to the price that you initially wanted. It might even go slightly above that price. And now you're starting off your trade down 500 bucks. And if you lose a trade, now you're down 1,000, 2,000 bucks. Now again, the frustration really starts. You guys think you might be emotional now. You might think again, you're getting a little upset now. Imagine again being upset because you have zero loss, $0 in losses. You're just upset because you missed out on some money. Okay, boo-hoo, who cares? But imagine again if you get upset and then you change your trading strategy. You say, oh man, this stinks. I'm going to change my entries. And now you're getting in at too low of entries or too high of entries. And now again, the stock is going to where it's supposed to go. And now again, you're already down $800 and you're even more furious and you're even more emotional. And you're saying to yourself, oh man, this is where I usually want to get in, but I changed. The thing is, guys, once you start changing, once you start flipping, flopping your strategies, once you start going a little bit too nuts here, once you guys start again really changing your strategy because you missed out on a play, that's where the big losses come. That's where you say to yourself, hey, you know what? This is getting ugly. So far today, in front of all these people, thousands of people that are watching at this moment, I'm happy with what I've done. Guys, let's get filled at this purple line. Let's get filled right here at this purple line. It came up 20 cents short and it crashed all the way on down. And I said, guys, okay, let's get filled at this blue line. Let's get filled at this blue line. And it was 20 cents short and it spiked all the way up another $2. And so far today, when we break down this play, we've had a drop, a monster spike, put entry at the top, came back on down, call entries at the bottom, bounce back on up. I can't do anything more. So Dek, you know, why are you not up $6,000 in profit? It just comes on down to the stock just went slightly higher than what I wanted. It just went slightly lower than what I wanted. It didn't reach my exact entry. But the worst thing that I could do right now is jump in, gamble, get frustrated, feel FOMO. Traders, if anything, I'm feeling more alive. If anything, I know my entries are great. If anything, I know that my support lines are perfect. My resistance lines are perfect. My ideas are perfect. My trades right now are perfect. The thing is, sure, we're not going to get every single move perfectly, right? They were slightly didn't hit these areas. But guess what happens? This is confidence that rolls over into the next trade, where I know again where my support and resistance lines are at. And again, I know where our big moves can be, and I know where our good opportunities are going to be at. So if you are again watching this and taking something from it, you could say to yourself, hey, this makes sense on what's going on here. So the thing is, traders, I just want to make sure every single person understands that. Every single person has that, true understanding behind it. That is absolutely gorgeous. So, two plays so far. Did not make any money yet off these two plays, but I'm not upset with either of these two plays. Now, I will say this, guys. If you got filled anywhere at the top, we're a team. I'm pumped for you. If you got filled anywhere near the bottom, again, we are a team, and I am pumped for you. We're a team here, guys. So I want to make sure every single person understands that, and I am pumped. Can I ask the chat room right now? Who here is in the green today? Who here got puts at the top? Who here got calls at the bottom? Who here is getting filled at the absolutely perfect area there is? Shout out to you guys. Shout out to you guys at this moment. Traders, let's see. So Dek, where's our next possible trade? Where's our next possible opportunity? Where's our next possible play? We want to stick inside our lines. Right now, this is the random area, right? The area that we really want to be able to get, break this thing on down towards is more just coming on down towards the S&P 500 time frame. go over towards that 60-minute time frame. Look at this. We're in no man's land right here. Traders, as you guys can clearly see, right? You guys can clearly see this. This shouldn't be confusing in any sort of way. And if it is, I'm just going to explain it right now to make your life easy. Stock trading doesn't have to be as complicated as you guys think. Stock trading is not that complicated when you think about it. It's not about math. It's not about algorithms. It's literally you looking at pictures. Again, I'm saying this with such strong passion just because I see so many people lose and I don't understand why. Well, it comes on down to the fact that you get bored. You say to yourself, I'm just going to pull the trigger just to pull the trigger. Oh, that guy pulled the trigger. I like him. He has a lot of followers on Twitter. Oh, this guy on TikTok. Oh, yeah, he's funny. I'm going to pull the trigger. Guys, we don't need to do that. Literally, take a look at a chart, figure out your support and resistance, and ask yourself, where's the odds? Where do I have the odds in my favor to win? Simple. Came on down. We charted right here. This blue line. Support. We have a dip buy. 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 Every single time for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days. For the last 11 days, 3 weeks, we have seen a bounce play off this blue line. Then we have what? We have purple line, purple line. We could see even bounce off purple line, and we got up near the purple line. We could see 1, 2, 3, 4 times with one breakout. So the thing is, traders, if I realize that when we hit this purple line, we have a great chance of reversing. And when we hit this blue line, we have a great chance of reversing. These are the only areas we want to have as our entries. But now again, traders say, well, I missed out on that entry. I missed out on this entry. So we randomly buy in here. When we randomly buy in that middle area, I have no idea what's going to happen. The stock might go left, the stock might go right, the stock might go up, might go down, who knows, right? It's a whole bunch of jambalaya. We have no idea what's going to be happening here. So the predictable areas are always on the outskirts of the S&P 500 or whatever stock. S&P 500 came up to 570 and got a strong reversal. Why is that? Well, just because, again, that 570 mark came right next to the purple line. The S&P 500 came right on down towards around 560, 650 and got a strong reversal. Well, why is that? Because, again, when we take a look over on this chart, we can see how many times it bounces off this area. So the thing is, whenever you are getting involved in stocks in the middle ground, whenever you get involved in stocks in this area, this is where traders lose. Guys, look at this. It's madness. Slight up, slight down, slight up, slight down, slight up, slight down, slight up. Or we just say, okay, you know what? Entries on puts are anywhere right here. Entries on calls are anywhere right here. And look at the odds now we have of winning. Bounce, 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 bounce. Look at the odds we have of winning. Reverse, 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 reverse. At some point, you are 100% correct. We will get a breakout. At some point, you are 100% correct. We will get a sell-off. But the majority of the time, we are just going to be bouncing between support and resistance lines. That's how the market works. So traders, please note that. Please understand that. Please make sure that you guys are all set so every single trader can, completely understand what to be doing here next. Guys, SPY traders, let's go back to it. SPY traders, we did just get a very quick little drop right here. That was very quick, very fast. Let's just be prepared over here. S&P 500, that thing came out of nowhere. I was actually looking at the chat room there for a second, trying to get caught up on questions. That thing came right on down to that blue line, that 566.24 mark. Deck, where do you want to see us to go on down to? Let's see if we can crack underneath it. Let's see. It looks like, again, I don't want to enter early. I'm not going to enter early. I'm not going to change my strategy. Let's see if this is going to crack on down. Maybe even drop on down to 566.10, 566.25 again. Let's see if we can keep on dropping. I'm not going to change my strategy. We did just come on down to a little bit of a bottom right here at this moment. We are watching this closely. SPY still fading here, traders. I think at this point, the SPY might, go a little bit lower than what we think. Let the SPY, again, come on down. Let the SPY fade a little bit here, traders. Deck, how low can the SPY go on down towards? I think 566.10, if it wants to keep on dropping a little bit more. That's where I feel confident at this moment. See some weakness. Let's see a new low of the day. Let's see a fade. Let's see a drop. Let's get filled, and let's see if this thing can bounce its way back on up. We're trying to do everything correct here. Trying to do everything right. We want to be able to make money the right way. 5,690. Definitely still the right call contracts to be watching. A little bit of a pullback right here. 1044 in the market. Give us that drop and give us that bounce. We'll get it. Guys, don't worry. We got time. Everyone take a second. Take a breath. Everyone relax. You guys are good. Right now, market's trying to get a little bit of a bounce back on up here. SPY, come on now. Let's get that fade. We got anything underneath 566.50, it starts getting pretty exciting for us. Anything underneath that 566.50 mark, things start getting a little bit more exciting. Things start again warming on up to us. We have been seeing some rather hard cracks today, haven't we? We fell really big from the very start of the day, or from the very tippity top. That's why we're looking for like another nice crack on down towards a low, be able to nail this bottom and get this dip buy back on up. So far, the S&P 500, what I love about it as well, extremely volatile. We've seen, again, awesome spike, awesome dump. Awesome spike, awesome dump. Like, we're looking for a little bit more of a dump to get one of these awesome spikes right back on up towards around the VWAP. Right now, I'm just staying 100% alert here. I know we came on down very quickly to that 566.24. I'll be honest, guys, I was looking and reading, catching up on the chat room. So again, I didn't get that 566.24 mark right there just because I turned my head to look at the chat room and I was reading to what some of you guys were saying. Right now, the momentum is starting to get some hype. Adrian Deck, I think you're right with being more falling to go. What do you think about a play off the downtrend? Pop off that 567.25 to a short scalp back on down. Again, I really wouldn't do any short scalps. It's more of just stay with the outskirts. Right now, if you want to make your life easy, just put this same exact thing here. Anytime you get close, right? Anytime you get close towards the top, anytime you get close to this top area, the red line, it's definitely all puts. Anytime you get close to the blue line, it's definitely all calls. You want to just have a complete understanding of what is truly happening on this play, right? So far today, traders, again, perfect idea at the top area, perfect idea at the bottom area, perfect idea. It comes on down to just execution, being ready, being prepared, being on top of it, being all zoned in to be able to pull the trigger here. So I have not gotten myself to pull the trigger just because this would be the only, this trade right here would be the only place I would have pulled the trigger for my entry. But unfortunately, I was looking at the chat room because I was just doing a quick little lesson right there. And I was seeing if there's any questions. So again, the SPY right here, traders, just popped right back on up. And we're going to see if this play is going to be able to continuously climb and see if it goes right back on up even higher. The thing that's so wild here about today is the amount of volatility. There is a lot of volatility. There is a lot of hype. There is a lot of action. There is a lot of momentum. There is a lot of good stuff here today. How's penny stocks looking? EVGO, very slow and steady right now. EVGO, very slow, but very steady. RZLZ, no. BBLG, no. VRCA. And the SPY just still doing this, traders, just bouncing right back up. Does anyone have any questions about what I've taught you today? Does anyone have any concerns on what I've taught you guys today? Let me ask you guys this, because I know, again, I didn't make any of the profit that I wanted, and I was really excited about getting a huge day here today, and I'm super happy with my alerts. But guys, can I ask you guys this? Can every single person leave today saying, Dek, I've become a better trader? I've gained value from being here? Because I'm understanding, I'm starting to click in my mind why stocks are bouncing at the areas they do. I can understand why stocks turn at the areas they do. I can start understanding what you mean now when you say put the odds in your favor. Start being the house. Treat it like a gamble if you want to. Treat it like a casino, but don't be the tourist. Be the house. You guys can see how we can literally put the odds in our favor if we're willing to be patient. We had, again, amazing alert at the top, amazing alert at the bottom, and amazing alert at the bottom. We know where, again, stocks are going to be able to reverse out. Remember, we don't need to pick the stock that's $10 right now that's going to turn into the next $100 million company. That would be amazing. But the thing that I want you guys to gauge, and the average trader that's going to be successful understands where stocks are going to reverse at. Don't try to figure out what is this stock going to do in the next 10 years. Figure out when is the stock going to reverse. If I can figure out when a stock is going to fall, I can make money. If I can figure out when a stock is going to rise, I can make money. I don't care what the company is. I don't care what the company does. I don't care what the company is going to do in, again, the next 3 weeks. I care about what the company is going to do today, and is it going to have volume? Is it going to have volatility? And where will it change? Well, how do I figure that out? I can be looking at the past chart history pattern. I want to truly help you guys. I truly want you guys to become better traders. I truly want you guys to be able to grow and learn and succeed. I truly want you guys to be able to take in this information, engage it, and be able to say, hey, this is perfect reasoning. So, I want to make sure you guys are all good here. Jabo, what's the difference between a reversal and a pullback? A reversal would, I guess a reversal in my eyes would be we're getting a true turnaround. A pullback would just be a minor step back before taking multiple steps forward. So if you need to see like a picture of it, what I would say is a pullback would be when a stock does this. Spike on up, pulls back, continues to move on up. This little time was a pullback. A reversal would be we move on up, we hit top resistance, we head back down the opposite side now. So a reversal would be like a true change in direction. A pullback would be, again, one step back to take 2 steps forward. If you guys do have any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know. Gabe saying, Dek, you've been on point today. The only issues I saw today was bouncing off multiple stocks. I think that focusing on 2 stocks the most could help leave many opportunities missed. I understand that many of us ask you to check the tickers, but I think, again, two stocks should be the main point. 100% I agree. The thing is, especially when you guys are, on your own and you guys are trading by yourself, focus on the 1 to 2 hottest plays. Focus on the 1 or 2 stocks that kind of stand out the most to you. Right? And keep your eyes locked in there. So the S&P 500. Now, traders, let me ask you guys this right now. Where are we in the charts? What do I call this area? This is no man's land, right? This is no man's land at this moment. When we take a look over on the S&P 500 right here at this time, this is no man's land to me. From here to here is complete randomness. From there to there is complete randomness. You might go up, you might go down. You might go up, you might go down. You might go up, you might go down. You might go up, you might go. This is all randomness. Here, no, we're gonna spike. No, we're not. We're gonna dump. We're gonna spike. No, we're not. We're gonna go up. No one has any idea. Or you have anywhere up here, you're going down. Anywhere down here, you're going up. So the thing is, it does come on down to avoid Death Valley, avoid no man's land, avoid the randomness, and only trade when you guys are in these good areas. So we take a look at the chart. It's all the randomness right now. Yes, the biggest thing to be on top of going forward here. If you guys are saying, all right, Deck, it's starting to get a little bit later. We're almost at 11 o'clock here. The biggest thing going forward is going to be the fact that we do have coming on up tomorrow, right? Tomorrow is to at 8:30. Payroll data. This is like jobs data. Payroll data at 8:30. U.S. unemployment rate at 8:30. U.S. hourly wages at 8:30. 8:30 hourly wages, 9 o'clock. Tomorrow at 8:30. 5:30 East Coast time, you guys are going to be able to get a ton of news. You guys are going to get a ton of activity on the S&P 500. I will say this right now. If you are saying to yourself, and again, this is not what I recommend, but I will be telling you guys this right now. If you say, hey, Deck, I have $5,000 in my account, and I want to turn it into $20,000, taking a swing trade overnight is definitely could make it happen. But the thing is, that is super high risk. You are either going to probably double, triple, quadruple your account tonight, or you're going to lose it all. If you swing trade SPX, if you swing trade Nvidia, you could make massive amounts of money tonight because we do have news coming out tomorrow. And a lot of investors are focused on this news. A lot of investors are on top of this news. A lot of investors are looking forward to what this news says. So I cannot tell you, unfortunately, I cannot tell you what it's going to be. Guys, if I knew if the market was going to go up or down, if I knew what was going to happen, I would go out, take a loan for $1 bajillion, and I'd say, everyone, go do this. But the thing is, I just can't. I can't tell you that. I can't tell you if it's going to go up or if it's going to go down. I can't tell you which way it's going to be heading. I can't tell you, again, which way, again, the volume and momentum is really going to be taking us. Baumi saying, is the SPY setting itself up in a possible head and reversal pattern on the 1 minute chart? 1 minute chart. I don't really see a head and, I personally don't really see, I can see what you mean. I see what you mean. I get it. It took me a second to kind of see like what you were focusing on. You're focusing on this, aren't you? Here's a shoulder, here's a head, here's a shoulder, and you're looking like for another sell-off. I see it. The only issue I have is that 1 minute time frames sometimes are so close. They're just not going to work out the way you want them to. So a lot of times when people say, ooh, I see a bull flag pattern on a 1 minute time frame, or ooh, I see a head and shoulders pattern, ooh, I see this triangle. Sometimes, again, it just doesn't have as big as an effect as you want because it's so close, it's so recent. So Deck, well, what about you? You're in a 1 minute time frame. But yeah, guys, I'm in a 1 minute time frame with support and resistance that it doesn't matter if I go to a 2 minute time frame. It's still support and resistance. It doesn't matter if I go to a 15 minute time frame. It's still support and resistance. So the thing is, when you're in a 1 minute time frame and you see these special patterns like a head and shoulders pattern, or again, a small bull flag or bear flag, it may not get that same power just because, guess what, guys? It doesn't have as much attention. The larger the time frame, the stronger the pattern would be. So let's say you saw a big head and shoulders pattern on a 30-minute time frame or a daily chart or a 60-minute time frame. That's going to have way more influence than a 1 minute time frame. 1 minute time frame is so close. Sometimes, again, like these patterns just naturally develop but really don't have any follow through. Am I saying you're wrong with what you're seeing? No. But I'm just saying it might not get that big dump and follow through just because it's in such a small time frame. Darth Trader says the higher the time frame, the higher the conviction. Absolutely. I like it. Guys, I did a little research here. You guys tell me. So, I'll be honest, guys. 2 days ago, 3 days ago, I talked about watches for a little bit, didn't I? And I said I had no idea anything about watches. Now, I will be honest when I said I had about 100 people after that day send me again different watches to buy. Okay? I have never worn a watch in my life, but I'm thinking about getting into it. Now, I will tell you, I will show you my favorite one that someone has sent me. Okay? This is my favorite one that someone has sent me. And I know nothing. I know nothing. I've never worn a watch in my life. We had a small discussion about it 2 days ago. And I said, you know what? Maybe I'll get into this hobby. Maybe I'll start collecting a little bit. Maybe I'll start saying to myself, you know what? I get it. It's a status symbol. It shows again success. You're proud to wear it. Maybe I want to get something like that. So the one that I found that was my favorite is this one. An AP Royal Oak double bounce wheel open worked 41mm stainless steel bracelet slate gray for a bargain price of $154,000. Claire? Claire, do you mind if you go underneath the mattress? Can you go lift up the mattress for a bit? Just grab a couple of those underneath. I think this one looks pretty cool. The skeleton doesn't have any sort of face on it. You just see all the movement, all the clock. You see everything? 154 grand. I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, we'll see where we go. I see what happens here. All right. Oh, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Guys, S&P 500 here. Let's go. The AP Royal Oak. Let's get 154 grand today. I would honestly, I'm going to be straight up with you really quickly. I would be so scared to even wear that. What are the odds? What are the odds of you wearing a watch that's against 6 figures that someone just comes up to you and says, give me that right now? And just again, has their hand in their jacket. They say, you give me that right now. I feel like the odds are just way too high. I feel like it's a little bit scary to wear a nice watch. Maybe I'm thinking in the wrong direction. I think I'm going to go down to a $10 watch. Traders, S&P 500 starting to fade back on down here. Starting to get weaker. Let's be ready for it. S&P 500. We've had bounce play at 566.50. We've had bounce play at 566.25. We're again having bounce play potential right along this 566.50 mark. We have had again multiple bounces. 1 bounce, 2 bounce. I want to wait until at least the 566.40 area and then get involved on a possible dip buy here. So traders, blue line, 566.45 we've seen a bounce. 566.23 we've seen a bounce. Can we get another 566.44? Get a bounce and see if this thing can be able to move itself back on up. We have seen multiple bounces at this area. Now this is the good area. Now we have opportunity to go all the way down towards the 566 mark. There is an opportunity that we're going to fall down to 566. I don't want that. I would like to see a bounce again right in this area. Bounce here, bounce here, bounce here. Come on, give us a little bit. Came on down to 566.50. We know there's an opportunity for a dip buy. We know there's an opportunity for a bounce play. Is anyone in right now for a dip buy? Is anyone in right now going for calls for a bounce back above that 567 mark? Is anyone saying, Deck, I've seen a bounce right already at 566.40. I've seen a bounce already at 566.20. I've seen a bounce right now at 566.50. I don't want to miss it. Is anyone in already on calls saying, Deck, I just want to get in. I know this is going to be somewhere near the support line. Right now, traders, come on. It's that little pullback here. Traders, I'm going to get one. I'm going 1 here. Start on off. Let's see. I'm just going to do 1 right here. Start on off. Doing 1 at this moment. Starting on off at this time. See if we start getting a little bit of that dip and bounce. We have got a little bit of action at this time. Traders, watching to see, can I be able to get some profit if this does get a bounce back on up? I am entering over on this play. Deck, why'd you enter? Bounce play, looking for a bounce right back above that 567 mark. So again, bouncing back above 567 is obviously a nice goal. We have come on down so far, as you guys can see. Here's again bottom support. Here's again bottom support. Here's again bottom support. And we are looking to see if we're going to bounce back on up and go up towards the end of that 567 mark. 567, getting above that would be an amazing target, would be again a great area. We are again looking to be able to get filled at, more bottoms and continue to drop on down towards lower areas. Deck, how low can we fall on down to? We could fall all the way on down towards, again, 566 or even slightly lower than that. So we definitely want to be able to hold on up next to this blue line. Here's a bounce, here's a bounce, here's a bounce. We want to hold up next to this blue line and start moving back up towards around 567 as we had the last 3 times in a row now. So I am in on this play. I'm currently even, up $10 at this moment. Seeing are we going to be able to get a bounce play as we've seen the last few times in a row now. And again, I'm not trying to do anything crazy, guys. I'm not trying to do anything nuts. I'm not trying to do anything out of this world. I'm literally just trying to get filled on a dip buy where we had a bounce play the last 3 times in a row, and where we had a bounce play for, again, this multiple periods over in the 15-minute time frame. Bounce, 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 bounce. We're just trying to get filled at areas that make sense. Here's a bounce, here's a bounce, here's a bounce, here's a bounce, and here's a bounce. Dek, how low did we go on this bounce, though? We went down to 566.10. How low did we go on this bounce? 566.23. How low did we go on this bounce? 566.40. How low did we go on this bounce? 566.10. How low did we go on this bounce? 566.50. So the thing is, guys, there is the chance that we go on down to 566.10 if we do not get a dip buy and bounce play here coming on up. We have to get back above 566.50, or I'm going to get out and I'll look for a lower entry. If we do not get it back above 566.50, guys, getting a little bit weak here. Traders, I'm going to get out right here. I'm going to take a small loss right here, and I want to wait now until it goes down to 566 or even lower. Dek, why are you getting out? Because it's not holding 566.50. So I'm getting out with a very small loss. I'm going to wait until it comes back down to that 566.10ish mark, most likely, before I pull the trigger again. Now, traders, just take a look. We know it's going to be around this area. I just gave it a chance at 566.50. We haven't gotten a bounce play. We had bounce, 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 bounce. I just want to see if it's going to come back on down, get a new low somewhere in the 566, and then bounce its way back on up. So, Dek, why'd you just get out? Because we had one bounce at 566.50, another bounce at 566.50, another bounce at 566.50, and we are still building a little bit of lower highs, which I don't like. I don't like how we're building a little bit of lower highs. I don't like how we have a little bit of a downtrend here. Let's see if we can break this downtrend. I can always re-enter. I can always re-jump back in on this play and see if, again, we can be able to make some money on the upside. Right now, again, did take a small loss. If you guys are in on this play towards the upside, you guys are sitting absolutely fine. There's no concern whatsoever. If you guys are on the upside, really, again, your happy medium area is just stay above that 566.50 mark. I've already had, again, multiple great alerts today, multiple times to be able to pull the trigger. I'm not willing to, again, put my reputation online and just throw away a ton of money for no reason if this play does not work out. I do like how it's trying to get some more hype. If you guys are still in on the calls, you guys are still absolutely fine. Now, again, buyers are starting to move back in over on this play. I do like how we're starting to get this break once again. Guys, buyers are moving back on in. It's a great sign right here. If you guys are in on calls, great work and great job. So let's see, I'm rooting for you here that this thing gets all the way back above that 567 mark. 567, guys, there's that area, 567. Take profits. I would say take profits up at 567.25. Guys, take profits right now. Take profits right now. Start locking in your gains. Everyone start locking in your gains right now over at that 567.25 mark. So this is, take 90% of your profits, hold the remaining 10%. There you go. Pasta Boy Dek just made $450. Size Milk just, again, $200 plus. Great job. So, guys, perfect dip buy, perfect bounce play for those that, again, got in on that one. See that movement, see that hype. Awesome work. So, again, I'm not even upset with my small little loss. Again, I got out when I saw it drop on down. I just didn't want to take any unnecessary loss here. But the thing is, traders, amazing work. Amazing work from, again, the top puts. Amazing work from the bottom calls. Amazing work from the bottom calls. Amazing work from the bottom calls. Really, again, we've had 4 alerts today. Every single one has been successful. Top alert, bottom support, bottom support, bottom support, and again, bottom support. So, awesome job. Awesome work for everyone who's gotten filled there. And now we are bouncing back on up into no man's land at this moment. So, traders, the thing is, very tiny loss for myself right here. I just wanted to have a very quick stop loss. Great thing is how well that stock, bounced right back on up and moved on up here continuously. I will continue to keep my eyes peeled on to see if this stock is going to be able to get any sort of move. But we are, again, slightly moving back into no man's land as the stock is really, again, just kind of sitting. Now, this is also why I said take profits. Take profits when it spikes back up towards, again, 567.25. Traders, we are not holding this play all day. We are looking for these rapid rips and these rapid runs. But notice what's happening. Does anyone notice what's happening at this time? Each one of these spikes is getting slightly weaker. Traders, do you guys notice how we had this monster spike? And when it came back on down, we had this big dip buy. And then it came back on down and we had a little smaller dip buy. And then just a slight smaller dip buy. And now again, another smaller dip buy. What can you guys realize? Each dip buy is getting slightly weaker with a bounce play. Pretty soon, we probably will crack this blue line. At some point, we probably will crash this blue line and go slightly underneath it. Okay? So just be aware that these are getting a little bit weaker here. Guys, we are getting closer to lunch hours. Again, congratulations. Congratulations to everyone who made some big time money today. I missed out on a few opportunities, but I'm still very excited to see where we're at here. I'm still very excited to be able to see that you guys profit so much. You guys be able to make some great money. Congratulations, guys. Does anyone have any questions, comments, or concerns for me? Guys, ladies and gentlemen, we are only 11 days away from the small account challenge. We are only 11 days away through getting back into the small account. Is every single person here ready to rock and roll for the small account challenge? I want to make sure you guys are fired up. I want to make sure you guys are dialed in. I want to make sure you guys are all good to go. Because it is going to be getting a little bit crazy. It is going to be getting a little bit wild. It is going to be getting a little bit insane. Size Milk Deck, you are sharp as ever. Deck in prime form right now. Guys, just wait until I take off my shirt and you see again my upper pectorials. Are you kidding me? Top of the line. Top of the notch right here, guys. We are talking about things that you have never seen before in the small account challenge. You and I are going to be connected. A relationship that we are going to build through a webcam. And I'm not talking about your last relationship through a webcam. I'm talking about this one. This one's going to be different. You guys better be excited. You guys better be ready. You guys better be ready to absolutely crush it coming on up here. Traders, enjoy. Enjoy again your lunch hours. Enjoy again some of these profits. Enjoy some of these trades. Thursday night over at Dave & Buster's. We got a little bit of skee ball intramurals. I cannot wait. Guys, enjoy your day. Enjoy this education. Enjoy this value. And have a wonderful lunch hours. Let's get back here this afternoon and get ready to crush it. I'll see you guys back here in Power Hour, and let's get this party going. You guys know it as always. Help me wrap it on up in 3, 2, 1. Ah-hoo! Did you make money today? Did you make a profit today? Did you come out on top today? I'm the Batman.
I got this question the other day. Why are you successful?
So I ball so hard, motherfucker.
$1,000 profit today.
First niggas gotta find me.
$700.
50 grand to a motherfucker like me. Can you please remind me? Ball so hard, this shit crazy.
$1,000.
Y'all know that don't shit phase. And as we go,
lock it on up.
when I look at you like this shit crazy. Ball so hard, this shit weird. We ain't even pro be here.
1,400.
It's only right that we be fair.
Who's ready for $1 million a year?
You should be asking how to be successful.
Jackson, Tyson, Jordan, Game 6.
With your head.